Why, hello everybody, and welcome back to Late Night WBPL 76. We're going to be doing some more Zandt Lost militia. I've been looking around, seeing, kind of catch up where we are. We'll go ahead and we'll go through the mech bay in case anyone has forgotten. We have this prototype Atlas, we have the King Crab, we have the Zeus, we have the Onima, which got its absolutely wrecked last game. We got the Avatar, which we beefed up with MRMs. We'll see how this thing works. Has one rotary MRM and two MRM 20s. The Kintaro SRM, the Uziel of Uzielness, our Enforcer, the Firestarter, the Hatchet Man, the Wolfhound 2, which took some hits last game if I remember right, but we seem to have fixed it up. The other Firestarter, and the, of course, Jenner. We finished up with the new thing of storage, and we have all these extra mechs now. So we can bring out some mechs like the, the Blackjack, the Shadowhawk, the Wolverine, the Cicada, Firestarter Raven, Javelin, Mantis, Urban Mech. So we're working on Urban Mech Lance. We've gotten 3 so far, so we're gonna get one more, and then we'll be able to field one. That'll be fun. That'll be a lot of fun. Vehicles. Let's see. Oh, we got a Hetzer. Oh man, this thing's a hunk of junk. Let us, let's just put that thing away and pretend it just didn't exist. Don't worry about it. So I was kind of looking at where we're going to be going. How did I get tanks? Well, I am in Battletech Advanced, which has, let me go back. So in Battletech Advanced, not only do you get new mechs and everything, clans, and also all this other fun stuff, you can get vehicles, tanks. You can get battle armor, which I don't have any battle armor. Yeah, we bought the Shrek PPC and the Devastator and the Scimitar and the Scorpion. We lost our artillery in one match. Man, they got wrecked. It was a bad show. The enemy focused them and just totally destroyed them. Also in BTA Advanced, as you can see, the map is what we like to call very, very large. And so I've just been kind of like poking my nose around and what we should be doing. And I'm thinking we need to head back to Taurian space and maybe do some heavy class missions and see what shenanigans and goings on we can get on. I'm thinking about going to Taurus and see if we can get some interesting missions in. I don't know if we have the high enough reputation with him yet, but we're gonna try. So there we go. Ooh yeah, 69. Thank you, Aloe. My man. Plus, we needed time to get some guys up and running because they're hurting, and also to finish up some construction. Which we have 3 days until we can upgrade the mech drop. Yeah. I'm telling you right now, Rogue Tech and BTA are absolute games changers. The only reason I play BTA over Rogue Tech is because I have better performance with BTA than I do Rogue Tech. Rogue Tech, in the past, I've had to stop every couple hours to exit out, restart, and redo it. BTA, I can go for about 6 hours before I feel the game's starting to chug, and by then I'm already pretty tired, and so I call it a day anyway. Distress call. Yeah, forward pictures of the cat. Yeah, take that. Ha ha ha. Kitties. Yeah, I'm telling you, BTA will completely change Battletech for you.
All right, I'll get the
Yeah,
team on
give
it
us
right
some
away.
more vehicle bays. Like I've easily put yeah, pretty much BTA I have better performance with. I haven't played Road Tech in a while, so it could be betterly optimized. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't played it. I have too much fun with BTA. That and Bloody Doves, the creator of BTA, is really receptive and really cool. You can go to his Patreon and you can pay him money to put specific mechs and stuff in BattleTech Advanced. You want custom characters, you want custom things, you can pay him and he will put them in the game for you. He's really nice. He comes and visits the streams sometimes, so I highly recommend it. He also has a Discord, so I always suggest people go and visit his Discord, BTA Advanced and or BattleTech Advanced, and give him a shout out and talk to him. It's pretty reasonable to get your stuff in there. Like I want to get a couple. Oh, nice. Let's take a look. Vehicle bays. Excellent. I want to get a couple mechs in here that I want in the game. So, powers. What do I need? I need power conduits and structural reinforcement for more mechs. So let's go with power.
Sure thing. It'll take a bit, but we'll get it done.
He'll put anything BattleTech related into the game. And for enough money, I'm sure you can convince him to put anything into the game. Have a good night, Aloe. Thank you for the stream. Ooh, the memorial. Late evening. Lord Tro 03 ducks into your quarters. Dark circles rim her bloodshot eyes. Hey, Commander, I know you're busy, but I don't know where to turn. What's wrong? I haven't slept for days. I keep thinking, why me? Why am I alive? I see all those ejection fails, ammo explosions, impossible headshots, rookies, fetters. It doesn't matter how long until my picture is added to the memorial wall. We shall reassure Lord Troa. Oh. Well, that didn't work. Mnemonic Man, thank you for subscribing. 7 months. Wow. Awesome. That is what we like to see. We like to see... yeah, poor Troa. We'll give him a friendly handshake and a pat on the back. Maybe we'll throw him a pizza party. That's what good bosses do, right? Especially when they're worried about existential crises. Guess what? Diggs is almost back online too. And he's like our DFA bot. Ooh yeah, we're in Taurus. Let's visit the store. I don't know. I don't know if he's it with the Gundams or not. Hatchet Man. Heavy Mortar. Yeah, last time we bought one of those, they go boom. Those are nice. Liberty. What the heck is this thing? Looks scary. A Locust V3. Don't need that. Long Tom. Oof. A Lerm carrier. That would be nice. Manticore. Hey, a Marauder. Ontos. Ontoses are so cool. Look at all those lasers and missiles. Ostwars are very good. Good old Pegasus. Rottweiler. Roughneck. SRM. These things are so awesome. If you can get someone within range, they just get fetus deletus. Toro, Warhammer, Wasp. Alright. I could use some more ER lasers.
New weapon systems available.
I could use an ER small.
New weapon systems available.
I don't want to go too crazy. Oh. Then he goes and shows me the MRM 40. Temptation. teleportation. No, cannot. Will not. Breathe in, breathe out. We will not be getting. Oh, what is this? Okay. Shields are nice. Ooh. Let's buy some
New equipment available.
armor piercing. Some Rack 2 ammo.
New equipment
And
available.
silver bullet gauze. Alright, so let's actually look at what we can actually sell. We're going to sell the blackjack. I don't like the blackjack. We're going to sell the cicada. I don't like the cicada. We have better. We're going to sell the Hetzer. Sell the javelin. We have a Kintaro. We don't need another. We really don't need 2 ravens. We're going to drop the Shadowhawk. It just, I can't ever get it to work right. We're going to hold on to the Mantis. We're going to hold on to the Firestarter. And we're going to drop the Wolverine. Hold on to the Urban Mechs and hold on these for now for the light tonnage missions that we might need at another time. You know, I like to keep LRM-5s because you never know when a shit ton of them are going to be useful. Sell some medium lasers. Don't need too many. You still need a lot, though. Let's sell, like, 3. Don't need all that case. Sell one of these. I like to have at least 2 of the engines. Anything over I sell. Well, have a good night, Night Owl. Ah, yes, TK 45546 welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, it is always a happy birthday to Mr. Diggs. Oh, let's sell some of these heat sinks. Let's keep 20. That should be plenty. Let's keep 15. I break a lot of jump jets with all the DFAs we do, so it's good to have some extras laying about. We don't need all of this LRM ammo. We will keep 10. 10 is kind of like my rule of thumb with missiles. Same with SRMs. 10. Okay, we've made a little bit of money. Let's see what contracts we can get now. Let's see if we can get any contracts here. Oh, we can. All right, who do we got here? Yeah, we're gonna do this for salvage. All right, let's look. Who do we have? Lance B. So now we can actually drop him down here. The Bidley will actually bring, we'll give him the Devastator. What is my max tonnage? Let's see. 600 tons. So I can only bring 20 more tons. Or I can drop this. Or I can up-ton someone. Alright, so let's drop him. So 55 tons, which means it's going to have to be... He has jump jets. That might be good in the city. Tough choices all around. Let's bling the Kintaro. It's gonna be a heavy mission. I want the extra firepower. Hatchet Man, we're gonna put you in the Kintaro. Alright, this is gonna be a pretty hefty lance. The Toilet Obliterator has cheered 100 bits. Thank you, Toilet Obliterator. I hope that you have obliterated many toilets, considering yesterday was Taco Tuesday. I had some tacos on Taco Tuesday, and they were really good. Went to a taco truck we have here locally. Sometimes I just point and I say that and that, and this time I spent about like 22 bucks on 2 tacos. They were good. Like when you've had everything on the menu and you like it, I just trust them and say, yeah, just give me the special. I don't know what it is, but just give it to me, and we'll see what happens. And I'm usually pleasantly surprised. I'm not much of a picky eater, so having specialty food or whatever food thrown my way is nice. Because I usually cook for myself a lot. No, Toilet Obliterator. It's 5 bits at a time, not 1. And I wouldn't ask those questions if I didn't want the answer, I'll tell you the truth. Like, I always used to talk to my kids when they were little, and I'm like, do you want an honest answer, or do you want to go away answer? Because I would give them to, like, if they asked why the sky was blue, I'd pull up, you know, all the signs of it, and I'd start reading it off. And after about 10 minutes, and I see their eyes go glossy, they're just like, can I just have the easy answer? I'm like, yes, because space magic. And they're like, okay. And then they'd walk away. Oh, Fezbear, 2 bits. Nice, nice. You're getting close. Almost combined. You have 3 bits. Not quite 5, so. Ralphie's really good at oh. Wow, they're right there. Darius, what the hell is this? What the hell is this? I'm gonna reserve. No way.
Holding action, Commander.
Well, we went in hot. Oh yeah, Tagalog. I know quite a few people who speak Tagalog. We have a very large Filipino community where I live, so also I'm really versed in Filipino food. Oh man, do I love me some lumpia. Lumpia and good pancit. Oh, so good. Ooh, 14 bits. Is that a Mackie? It is! It's a Mackie! Look at that museum piece! I thought I knew that goofy-ass little strut anywhere. Nice. We can get ourselves a Mackie. We're gonna reserve. Is that... Oof. He has 8 evasion. How are you hitting him? Is that 2 Mackies? Let's take a look. Holy Shazbot. Wow, it's rare enough to see one, let alone two at the same. Wow. They raided a museum, I'll tell you what.
Standing by. I copy.
First things first, we're going to focus fire this awesome out. Because he has 4 PPCs.
I copy. Ready to get it on. Roger that.
Need to get max evasion if I can. There you go. Give him all the PPCs. Scrumble him. Nice, 2 hits. That's good, that's good. Nice, 69 bits. Woo! Well, that's a fair amount of missiles.
Light damage. Holding firm. Yep. I got you.
I don't know how smart this is getting this close, but we're doing it.
Lock it off with all weapons.
Nice, PPC destroyed. Heat sink D. Building destroyed. Hey, we don't have to worry about destroying buildings on this one. We have free reign to shoot everything.
Commander. Pedal to the metal.
I just want damage.
All weapons.
I know he has SRMs, but we really just want to kill
Another hit
whatever
like
we
that.
can in this one. Delicious. Because these guys could melee the tank, and that would be
Orders?
not good.
No shoot.
Up, 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 up,
Just
up, up.
running.
I mean, you can't shoot. I'll let you. Just core him if you can. I just need him out of the way. Alright, he's hurting bad.
Target's taken a critical hit.
Yup. 10-4.
We're gonna fire everything we got at this guy. There you go. Prepare for missiles. Oh, yes. Oh, that brings me so much joy. All right, go ahead. You can finish him off. Nice.
Tango down.
Yeah, I can see that. British Museum,
Standing
involuntary. Ooh. I want to be able to shoot, so I'm gonna move. I want as much evasion as possible. Fire everything.
Firing. Full complement on enemy.
Oh yeah, he's hurting. Now,
Yep.
let's see if I can get... Well, yeah, that will actually get me 7 evasion.
Here we go.
I feel like getting him in the back is going to be more
This should
important.
be-
Because this guy's already damaged from the front pretty hard. I don't even know what he is yet. That's okay. Oof.
I hear ya.
Alright, pretzel bomber. Alright,
Got
move
it.
there.
Attack speed, no shooting.
Give him all the missiles. Oh yeah. Man, he's getting sandpapered so hard, I love it. Don't worry, the Van Zandt militia is going to show these Nackies that even a museum can be fun. Remember, we put the FU in fun. Lord Grimos just firing his, AMS.
Confirmed. Aye, aye, skipper. Full speed. No target.
Guess what? More missiles.
10-4.
Yay, overkill. Yay, overkill.
I need a new target. Enemy flanking.
Yeah, Commander.
Alright, now we're going to work on this other Mackie. Nice. Oop. Sorry, building. Not really, I meant to do that. Oh shit, a charger. Wow, that's a dick move.
Armor holding. Orders. Affirmative. All weapons. Go.
Nice.
Commander.
Hit him again.
Time to unload.
Oh man, AC-20 destroyed.
Target
Is he gonna
station
fall down?
critical hit.
Oh. He falls down. Oh no. Oh, I can see my pills from down here.
Waiting for orders.
Now we're gonna move up Der Burger.
I'm already there.
Guess what? It's time for the clap cannon. We're gonna aim at his head.
Roger
Yeah.
that.
Add another building. It was pesky anyway. We didn't want it.
Orders. Double time. Let's go.
Alright, fine. We'll drop some of the ERs. Aim for the head.
Engaging target.
Something breaking?
Target's taking a critical hit.
He's only stressed, huh? He's getting up! Yeah, kill the meat, save the metal. I mean, if I get a Mackie out of this, that'd be nice, just for the aesthetic. Big Mac. Ah, this poor city.
Reporting heavy damage. Yeah? Confirmed.
Remember, you can't spell laughter without slaughter. Well, you can, but don't worry about it.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, Charger's getting hits. These guys will be dealt with in due time. The Big Mac is going to fall. Big Mac. Dun 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 dun. Don't, thank you.
Is that all you got? What can I do?
Alright, well let's...
Waiting on you, Commander.
Where's he? Man, okay. You know, yeah, we might as well go up and kick him. Because, why the heck not?
You betcha.
Hey buddy, guess what? Kick! Followed by, more missiles.
When I shoot you, you'll take it and like it.
All of the missiles. Left torso, left arm, leg
There's
gone,
more where that came from.
panicked, falling down, head injury, initiative down, 3 actions remaining. Now we need to pour some fire on this charger. And the charger gets to act next. What will he do? Will he? Hey, would you guys knock it off? I don't like or appreciate what you're doing.
What are your orders, Skipper?
Alright, the Avatar. Moving on up.
I got you.
He's gonna fire missiles, of course, at the charger. Because I think it's hilarious that the game just keeps spitting missiles. Oh man, it's so satisfying. Oh, ouch.
You've got nothing. You hear me?
Oh, they don't like me at all.
Alright, Troa is gonna go up and he's just gonna kick. I just need him to take him out.
Location confirmed.
Chick. Followed by lasers and whatever other oh, there you go. That's kind of what I was hoping for, which means we get, what, at least 2 salvage.
Target eliminated.
Yeah, there you go. So we have enough to get a Mackie. We got 1. So now I can turn all my attention onto the charger. Who is... What? Wow. That is a seriously dick move.
Good to go.
The Binley is going to go up over here. Moving close. Move right here. Do Battle Lord. And he's gonna fire at you with all of the goodsness. How do you like that? Yeah. Take those clap
Got
cannons.
something you want done? Double time. Let's go.
Keep him hull down.
All weapons are go.
Not the best, but still good.
Inflicted some heavy damage.
Yes. Pilots using the yeet seat is a mod. It's
Order.
called like the fear mod. Basically, if a pilot gets panicked, they'll eject. Which is adds a very nice amount of realism, which gets really annoying after a while in other aspects of the game. Yeah, it's fine. Oh, they actually managed to lock on. Wow,
That hit something good.
he'll probably eat seat out. Yeah. Cool.
Can't vent all this heat.
Which means I can just move him up and vent the heat.
Aye, aye.
Right here. I don't want him too close. What do we got? A Vulcan, an Ostwar, a Battlemaster. Let's put some pot shots on the Battlemaster. Don't know what that is. That's okay. Yeah, Etherin Hunt. Yeah, Battletech Advance has a crap ton of mods which make this game a ton of quality of life things. It gives it a much needed facelift, adds tons. That's bullshit.
I got an armor breach.
It adds all sorts of great stuff to the game.
I hear ya.
Go
Hup,
with
hup,
turbo.
hup, 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 hup. Yeah, if you haven't played Battletech Advanced, I highly, highly recommend it. I cannot recommend it enough, and the mods are pretty dang easy to. A Hunchback Porin, ugh. You know, it's not a terribly difficult game to install either. It has a mod loader and everything, and you know, you just download. It's a big download, but it's worth it. If you want the authentic feel, you can go with Road Tech, but like I said, I've always had better performance with BTA, Battletech Advanced. Man, he has 8 evasion.
Reporting light damage.
Ready to rock.
Sure, move the avatar up. What is like? Yeah, no, I will just. Can I just? Nope, I can't. We'll just cool down. That's fine. Yeah, I have probably, I don't know, 400 hours on Battletech Advanced. I have about 400 hours on just Battletech Vanilla. And I probably have another 200 hours on, like, Rogue Tech and stuff, so...
What's up, boss?
I feel I have a good spread of experience with the different mods. Alright, we're gonna move up the Zeus. What do we got here? Chances to hit. Looks like we're gonna keep putting downrange fire on the Battlemaster. And we've hit those buildings well. Those buildings are falling down left and right. They learned their lesson. we go.
Acknowledged.
Move my Shrek up. Put some shots down range on the
Taking
Battle
shots.
Master. 2 hit.
Yep. Ten four.
Alright. I have a plan. Can you hit these? Do it.
Affirmative.
There you go. He took actually more damage from that fall than he would have from my guns,
One
probably.
less structure. Receiving you.
Durburger. And the king crab's moving on up. He's like, I'm spicy. You know what? It's just gonna be easier to cool. Don't worry about it.
Good to go.
Zorganator.
On my way.
Hup.
Double time.
What is our likelihood of hitting? What if we use Battle Lord? That's better. Little spicy, but that's
Copy
okay. Yeah, taught that building another lesson. Yeah, another thing with BTA is it's updated a lot.
Standing
Like,
by.
a lot. Alright, I'm gonna move him somewhere where I feel
Acknowledged.
I just want him out of the way for a round or two. 8 evasion. There you go. Force them to come to me. Come right down here into my lovely Valley of Death. And while I'm waiting for him to think, I'm going to use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back. I see how it is, AI. You don't bother moving up.
What can I do for you?
Well, guess what? I can play at this game too. I will reserve. Just Mutant Jet. Not much. We're playing some more BattleTech Advanced. Always good to have you around. Oop. Leave Shrek alone. He's a sensitive lad. I want them to approach. Get closer. Dagnabbit. Y'all leave that Shrek PPC alone. He's done enough whacking for everybody. Tell you what. Yeah, we're gonna reserve.
I'll wait here for now.
Whatever mech you have left, it's dead. You got it. There you go. I almost feel sorry for this Battle Master. Let's go and just reserve up. Alright, now we got everyone.
Ready for orders.
give him as much evasion as I can. Fine. Alright, hit him.
Here we go.
Ah, one hit. That was good enough.
Out of AC-20 ammo.
No, you're out of precision AC-20 ammo.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Alright, Pretzel Bomber's gonna charge up, do some spotting. Now he's gonna precision strike with Infernos.
It's go time.
Because he's already spicy. Now the whole area is on fire, which is really what I was shooting for.
Yes, Commander. Going full
Burp.
throttle.
And PPCs.
Sweet.
2 hit, nice. Yeah, I went to an urban planet, so
Waiting for
that
orders.
makes a difference.
Copy that.
Move the Atlas up to striking distance. Hmm. Drop a couple of those. That's good. That's an acceptable amount of heat. That stripped off more armor. Now he's
Watch my
spicy,
heat
which
levels.
is okay.
Copy
Move the
that,
Avatar up. What are your chances of hitting? Not good. How about if we do this? Much better. Now we fire all of the missiles. Yep. Yep. But wait, there's more. And a little bit more. And a little bit more. There we go.
Critical hit.
I'm ready for orders.
All right, Lord Troa.
On my way.
In the fast go boy. Yeah, let's take. Oh, engine destroyed. All right, he's dead. Cool.
Tango down.
And all the fire, 1 salvage. That's okay. We wanted the Mackies. That's really what we wanted.
Ready for orders.
All right, Der Burger, time to move up.
Let's move.
Now your clap cannons are in range. Let's try and hit the Vulcan.
For an alpha strike.
Mostly because we can hit buildings behind there, but I really just wanted to let him know that people hate him. Namely, my people.
Aye, aye.
We're going to reserve. I'm going to let them move up. Oh no, it's Ralphie with butts. From the boner man himself, it is butts. That is, yeah, very much a long pig creation right there. How'd I know you'd be shooting at my tank?
Damage is minor, Commander.
Because that's a dick move is why.
I'm here. Waiting for the right move.
Man, did we have someone request a DFA? I don't remember. Not many missiles were able to get through. Hey, Mr. Hunchback, you're on fire now.
I hear ya.
Alright, I want you to bully this poor little Vulcan. With the boot to the head.
On my way. Going toe to
Boot
toe.
to the head. Yeah. Trudeau, you have a wonderful evening. I'm glad you were able to show for what time you could. The VOD will go up on YouTube,
Yeah,
so if you want to
critical
catch it at a later point, you're more than welcome to. As a matter of fact, I would encourage it.
Standing by. Understood.
Up.
Moving fast.
Run! Precision strike. Fires the lasers! This poor little Vulcan. He thought he was hot shit. I don't know about them. If, like, my assault lance got annihilated, I don't think I would be advancing. I think at that point I would just be trying to save the medal. You make the king crab very angry.
Hey, watch the paint, pal.
See? Watch the paint.
Skipper,
He even warned you, but you wouldn't listen. Why would you not listen?
firing.
Just hit him with everything. And if you destroy that building, that's good too. Yep. Oh. Knockdown, huh?
That hit something good.
Poor guy.
Waiting for orders.
Well, howdy ho, little buddy. You fall down right in front of me. That's unfortunate.
Okay, let's go.
Injury resisted.
Critical hit, Commander.
Oh no,
I'm
spicy.
generating a lot of heat, Commander.
Can you hit anything? You can. Yeah, intensify firepower and hit him with them PPCs. Let's take his legs off.
Giving him everything I've got.
Ah, beautiful explosions. Engine crit.
Scored a critical
Oh
hit.
man, he's wrecked.
Orders. Moving to
Let
full
us
throttle.
kill this poor little Vulcan. Welcome to the Cave of Wonders.
Firing.
Oh, they both hit. So many things are exploding on him.
Target down.
There's just nothing left.
Waiting for orders.
Hup,
I
hup,
say
hup,
again.
hup, hup. Sure.
Done. All weapons.
I don't know what's gonna be left of him. There we go, engine explosion.
That's a kill.
Now this lonely hunchback is there, surrounded by fire, dramatically all his lancemates dead.
Ready for orders.
And then the Atlas comes up over the corner and says, "Hey, how you doing there? I heard you wanted to play." Let us drop some of his ER mediums. That's good.
Locked on target.
And now the pain shall begin.
Aye, aye.
Guess what? Chicken butt.
Confirmed.
Death from above. Oof. DFA. DFA.
Armor holding.
Was it necessary? Absolutely not. You bastard, Newton. Was it probably a poor choice? Yeah. Yeah, it was. But that was an even poorer choice. I'm gassed or flabbed. Oh no. Toast. Do you really think that's gonna save you?
Leaning on you, Commander.
Because he's just gonna kick you and then now he's gonna shoot you in the back with everything. Kick. Laser, laser, all of the missiles.
Want some more?
SRMs to boot. Oh. Oh, wait, those explosions. Yep. Oh, oh boy. Yep.
Gotcha.
One salvage. Well, that
Mission
was
successful.
a pretty good battle. Some light damage on the wolf. You know, so that's good. And we're gonna get a Mackie out of it. Yeah. The 9Q's nice though. But I mean, a Mackie. All right. Nice. Toilet Obliter has cheered for 1 bit. If you had $100,000, would you build a race car or buy a race car? I don't think $100,000 can get you a race car, to be honest. I think like a race car nowadays is minimum of like a couple mil. I would probably buy a race car for 100 grand so I could sell it because I have zero use for a race car. Like, I live in Alaska. What am I going to do with a race car? It'll literally just collect dust. I can't drive it anywhere. I can't do anything with it. I'd just sell it. Yeah, I hate to tell you, but I don't get frozen lakes where I live. I live in a rainforest. It rains. It rains all the time. Like 21 feet a year rain. Oh, Ethernet Hunt, thank you, 69 bits. Very, very nice. You know the way to our heart here in this game, and in this world, and in this stream. Let's look at the barracks. Let's see if anyone has leveled up.
Commander.
Standing by. Standing by.
Well, Durburger could use some more
Mech warrior training complete.
shooting.
Ready, fool.
Aye aye.
Toast, definitely more shooty.
Training confirmed, Commander.
Got something you want done?
We're gonna give you that.
Training complete.
Standing by.
Definitely give you that. Wait, what do you? Yeah, no, we definitely want
Mech warrior training complete.
go fast, because he's gonna be a punch bot.
Commander.
Mop it.
Ready for orders. What can I do for
That's
you?
a bummer.
Training
Yeah,
confirmed,
give him some
Commander.
more speed. Always good.
Confirmed.
Training complete.
Yep, more shooty good. Ooh, nice. Ralphie gave me 5 bits of butts.
Skipper.
Because he knows the way to ass pennies.
Mech warrior training complete.
Yes, Commander.
Alright, we'll hold off on there. Let's go back, take a look. Oh, wait, let's make that Mackie. Kooky 2K2, let me take a look. No, I don't. You know, I think what happened was your Let's look here. King Crab, Grimos, Cake Boss, Avatar. Night Owl. Kooky, I think you died. Yeah, you died. I'm sorry. You got killed. Ripperoni. What was I doing? Oh yeah. Let us make this Mackie. Confirm.
Mech is ready to fight, Commander.
Alright, let's look at the mech base. Let's look at what ridiculous. Ooh, Kooky wants back in. Alright. AC 20. PPC. Man, what can we do to pimp out the Mackie? Stealth armor. No. Heat dissipation. Double heat sink prototypes. No. Double heat sink kit. No. Well, we can give it an XL engine. That'll give us some more. Well, I'll give it a shit ton of tonnage. Holy cow. Equipment. Do we have gyros for this bad boy? Oh, we can give him Guardian ECM. Artemis Rangefire, Apollo. What can we put on him? We can make him... Let's just take some stuff off. Let's take some stuff off. Take a look at him. Drop that, drop that. Internals. Okay, 42 tons. Let's put those out there. Let's really take a look and see what we can do with this Mackie. What ridiculousness can we do? 53 tons of... Well, let's up armor, first and foremost. What will that give us? 51 tons. Okay. Gave it an XL engine. What if we give it double heat sinks? Okay. +2 cooling. What type of weapons can we throw on it? I really wish we could put Stormbreaker on it. Let's see, we have 4 laser slot and 3 ballistic. What ballistics can we put on him? I mean, seriously, you could put 2 AC-20s. The downside is you really neuter a lot of his firepower by doing that. Because he has 4 laser slots. So if you were to do something like this, give him 2 large pulses. Wow. He's okay, that's really nice. Okay, okay, I'm liking this so far. Alright, what type of other weaponry can we throw on this? UAC 5. Yeah, we can throw some. How much is that? 11 tons? 8 tons. Well, we might as well just throw an LBX 20 on there at that point. Ammo. Well, we only have LBX 20 slugs, so slugs it is. So now we have 11 tons. Which means we can throw like the UAC 5 on there with 2 tons of UAC 5 ammo. If I have, I do. 2 tons of UAC 5. You want me to put a PPC stored in the balls? I don't think I have double racks. I only have 1 rack 5. Yeah. I only have a UAX 5. But the thing is, it's gonna run hot. Let's see. Alpha is 115, and it's only sinking 72. That's not ideal. I almost feel dropping the LBX, putting a Gauss rifle on, that'll only give me 1 ton. Yeah, focus on one or the other. Let's do that. Do some ERPPCs. So if we were to do this, throw on some ERPPCs. 2 large pulse. How many slots are each one of these? 3 slots. 2. So I could do that. I can throw an exchanger on there, which will help cool it. And then I can throw some of these double heat sinks on. And I can, what else can I throw for 5 tons heavy rifle, 10 tons light rifle, 4 tons. I can throw a light rifle on there. You know, for funsies, why not? I do not have enough space in the balls. I only have 4 slots, and the ERPPCs take up 3 slots. If I had clan ERPPCs, I think I could do it, but I do not have clan ERPPCs, unfortunately. So, we are going to have to suffer with what I have so far, which I think right now is going to be pretty... That's not bad. What are we at? We're sinking 102 and alpha for 117, but I probably won't be firing the UAC and everything. You want the Mackie renamed to you? Absolutely. E2K2. Ammo rifle. The light. So here's the thing: light rifles do not need ammo. Light rifles, medium rifles, and heavy rifles all have internal ammo. So I don't need to add any ammo to it. So that's kind of why it's nice. I can just throw it out there for fun. Now, I can get some extra tonnage if I had some endo, but I don't have any endo at the moment. And if I had a weight-reducing gyro, I could get some more stuff out there. So I think right now, this is about as good as we can get it until I can get some other enhancements. Because this is already going to be, it's going to be 1 million, it's going to be 30 days before we get Kuki up and running. But this thing is going to be pretty mean. Has some good long-distance love, good medium. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. We're gonna do that.
Log
Welcome,
ended.
Pistol.
Shouldn't be too hard.
We're gonna drop him there. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. Now we're going to wait 1 single day. Boop, 1 day. All right. The Wolfhound's backing up and running. All right, let's look here. Capture base. That's gonna be a pain in the ass. Battle in the desert. That's spicy. Battle in the jungle. Not too bad. Duo duel. What do we got? I kind of feel like I should just do it for money. There we go. I like that. We'll get 1 piece of salvage. Alright. So you're only allowed 2. So I mean, really, if we're gonna do it, we should bring the king crab and the atlas because, you know, them's the big boys. And they shoot stuff and things go die. Okay, well, toast is good in the king crab. Paladin. Have I had milkfish? I have had milkfish. Honestly, I don't care for it all that much. It's okay. I'm not a huge fan. I've had milkfish in some good Filipino porridge. It was okay. I'm not a huge fan of fish. I like smoked salmon. You know, I smoke my own salmon, but like just fish in general, not my favorite. I like some halibut every now and then, but Yearland, we did not actually. This is a solo campaign, so we didn't start with Decker. So Decker is off somewhere doing his own thing. Salmon, the other pink meat. And depending on what type of salmon, depends on how pink it is. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, say no more, say no more.
Command interface initiated.
A stalker and a what's it called? A banshee. That's the word I'm looking for. These guys are fucked.
Receiving you.
And I mean that in the nicest way possible.
Ready for orders. Confirmed.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fire at the stalker first, because I think he's gonna be the one who's I'm just a little bit more afraid of. Lutefisk? I haven't had it, but I'd definitely try it. I'd also try Hakarl. I'd give that a shot. Now, mind you, I'd give it a shot. Like, my stomach is not used to that type of food, so I'm wary about trying it, especially on a trip. I'd try it on the last day of a trip, not the first day, because I guarantee I'm not going to be feeling great after I eat some of that. That's just the way it is. Clap cannon away! How does that feel, Stalker? So in Alaska, their equivalent of fermented fish is what they call stink heads. What they do is they take the heads of salmon, they wrap it in skunk cabbage, and then they bury it. And they bury it until it gets nice and gross.
Roger.
Then they unbury it, and you eat it. And that is stink heads.
Acknowledged.
Laser time! Disco, 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 disco. What is up with Lord of the Latitudes and honestly, fermented food is pretty good for your gut bacterium,
All right, let's move.
believe it or not. And food preservation it's just a matter of survival, man.
Accuracy. True volume.
Bye bye, Stalker.
Target down, Commander.
I mean, it's already rotten, so guess what? It doesn't need to rot anymore. Alright, Banshee. What do you got? Oh no.
I'm losing armor left and right.
I love sauerkraut. How dare you?
Yes, Commander.
How dare.
Target confirmed.
Now let's work on this Banshee. If things actually want to connect, that'd be nice.
Over the
If
red
you
line.
don't like your sauerkraut sour, add a little bit of sugar. You can also then add, oh, there's lots of punching. I haven't gotten close because, I don't really need to.
All right, let's move.
I'll just sandpaper him.
All weapons.
I have not seen Helsing abridged, so it's on my list. Yeah, I mostly kick because kicking is superior. Because at least in tabletop, like if you had two hands free, you could punch with both hands. That is not the case in this one, so
Engaging target.
that's kind of annoying. That's one of my things that make me sad. Ooh, actuators, those aren't good for him.
Scored a critical hit. I'm taking heat
What's better time than spooky time?
Yep.
I'm assuming by spooky time you mean Halloween?
God damn. Let's do this.
Christmas, because then I get to wear my sexy Christmas sweaters. I have a Christmas sweater with like a nude Santa who has a beer bottle in front of his nude dong, and the whole thing lights up. Nobody fucking pays attention to this Christmas sweater.
Mission
Every time I wear it, people walk by like, "Oh, cool sweater! Oh, that's really nice. I like it." And I just look at them. I'm like, "You didn't even look at my sweater." Because like in the background it literally says Santa comes once a year, or Christmas only comes once a year, but Santa does not. Ooh. Well, I guess we'll grab AC5 prototype. Man, these guys had shite. No, I don't like the Banshee. I don't want the Banshee. No, it's a primitive Banshee. Ugh. Garbo. So I like Thanksgiving as well because I do a metric ton of cooking. Like, I usually end up cooking like 6 pies for Thanksgiving. 6 pies, a turkey, a ham, mashed potatoes, probably sometimes scalloped potatoes. I usually will also make stuffing. Gosh, what other stuff do I make? I make all sorts of homemade cranberries sauce. That's always really good. See, I like to cook, so that's why Thanksgiving's fun. If I'm not rolling you away at the end of Thanksgiving, then I'm not doing my job. Trash can turkey? No. You don't cook outside in Alaska during the winter right around that time because the bears will come
Ready for orders.
and then they'll take your stuff and be like, "This is mine now. You made this for me. Thank you." And then once they're eating what you had dainty cooked for yourself, looking you directly in the eye, munching away, and then they flip you the bird, and then you're just like, "Oh, well, this is my life now." You realize that you've made
Mech warrior
mistakes.
training complete.
No, you don't eat the bear. You don't want to eat. Ugh, ugh. No, you don't want to eat bears. Uh, not in fall anyway, because they taste gross. Fall bears taste like, I don't know. Fuck, that's really crazy. That's a lot of money. Yeah, they flip you the bird's bones exactly. Smash and grab. That's pretty crappy. Oof. 2 million. The Taurian Industrial Lab restricts R&D, and leadership could set us back for the Fed sons on Taurian's just this, blah, blah. First lance I sent defense say we need mercenaries to step in and buy some time necessary for reinforcements to arrive. Man, this one's gonna be rough, but I kind of want to do it. That payout though. $2 million or 3 parts. Hmm. If I pick the payout, they're gonna spawn some cool fucking loot. But if I pick the the salvage, it's gonna be crap. So I'm thinking about just going in the middle and hoping for the best. We'll do that. Alright. So we're not gonna bring the Mackie. We'll bring Grimos. What do we got? Oh yeah, he's hurt. We'll definitely bring the Avatar. I'm gonna bring the Onion. Hmm. All right. Durburger. Wolfhound. Okay, put you in the Zeus. How much? I have 175 in tonnage. I want to bring some fast boys. I'm thinking I'm going to bring the fire boys to duo. Icarus above, I am playing the Battletech Advanced mod pack. I'm gonna bring the Shrek or the Devastator. Let us bring the Devastator. Yeah. Because I have a feeling the Shrek is going to get Shreked. Pretzel Bomber is going into the good fire starter. Binley. Zeus. Moppet. Nope. Nope. Toast. What is he usually in? Burger. Fire starter. Cold dog. Why? I don't like the Jenner. The Jenner is going to do awful. It has 4 medium lasers. Yeah, it's fast, but it's not gonna be good. No bueno. The Binley's going in there. Okay. Who is gonna go in that? King Crab Jenner. I'm gonna put you in the Avatar since you have a high gunnery and I want those missiles to hit. And Derberger is gonna go into the Orion. Dang it, Ralphie. I didn't... Oh wait, yes I did. So as I was saying, the reason... Yeah. I can bring up to 600 tons on this one. The game gets even more fun because I can up tonnage to, I think, up to like 800 tons or something like that. Something crazy. So the reason why you don't eat bear here in the winter is because, one, a winter bear tastes like what it eats. And a lot of them have been gorging on salmon. So it literally tastes like gross, stinky, fatty, like rancid fish is the best way to say it. That's what bear meat tastes like if it hasn't been eating garbage. If it's a garbage bear and has been sustaining on garbage, it tastes like garbage. Black bears. Spring bear tastes good. Winter bear, fall bear, tastes gross. Don't touch. And that is why the laws dictate in the spring you have to harvest both the meat and the hide. A fall bear, you only have to harvest the hide. The meat is optional. But I know a lot of people just don't bother. I mean, it's a lot of work. Enemy contact.
Command interface initiated.
Snosberries do indeed, once in a while, taste like snosberries. Don't worry about it. We'll figure this out. Alright, we're going to reserve.
Holding for tactical advantage.
Or reserve. Let these guys move up. Same with deer. I usually don't shoot deer in the fall because in the rut they taste like gross. They taste like they just don't taste good. They taste very gamey. So usually if I'm going to go deer hunting, I will get my deer in August and September at the beginning when they actually taste good. That's a marauder. A mad 3D. We're going to still reserve. Reserve some more.
Confirmed.
Yeah, I don't have apples or corn where I live. I will say that deer is not my favorite in most places where I've had mule deer. I have had I've had whitetail. I've had elk. I have had caribou. I have had moose. I have had just about every deer you had, but I promise you, Sitka blacktail is by far the best deer out of all of them. Like, hands down. This guy's an asshole. I don't like him. I promise you that 9 times out of 10, the reason why it tastes bad is because they got it at the wrong time. They got it at a bad time. So,
Hey there.
that is completely on them for when they harvested that. No. Careful maneuvering.
On it. What's up, boss?
Zorg, be praised.
I copy. Skipper.
Yeah, there's a lot of deer out there. You didn't know. We're gonna focus on that marauder.
Got a lock.
Good to go. Going full
All right, so he's gonna drop some fast cam on the marauder. Oh dear, you made a joke. Aha, a funny. We are all the laughings.
boss?
It was good. Alright, Kick Boss is moving down. He's gonna throw his Artemis 4 and just let loose.
Engaging target.
What do you need?
Alright, Toast. Why you have trouble? Alright, fine. Careful maneuver. For whatever reason you're having trouble. Okay, there you go. That's fine. Diddly. Careful maneuver. Hoop. Alright.
Yes, Commander.
We're gonna reserve.
Reserving action.
Aha! How rude. How very rude of you, sir. But you stepped on landmines, so take that. We're gonna reserve a little bit more. Haha! Yeah, APC.
Standing by.
So, the reason why I'm reserving is because I want to get in close and I want to flamer this bitch. Yerlin, so in the books, what mechs can do is human-shaped mechs can go prone, they can use cover, they can fire around edges. You know, like the Commando was dangerous at 20 tons because he could fire from a ridgeline with just poking his head over, barely lifting his arm up and shooting that large laser. I mean, that's just an absolute game changer, man. Let's reserve. I don't want these guys to shoot at my poor little babby light mechs. No, I need that, I think. And reserve.
I'll wait here for now.
Ooh, a Cyclops. He gives an initiative bonus. No. Alright, well,
Waiting on you, Commander.
Ralphie, I'll DFA, don't worry. Just, I need to make these guys a little spicy first.
When I shoot you, you'll take it and like it.
Yeah, that's another thing. A lot of mechs can do flippy
Ready
arms.
for orders. Roger.
More flamers. And more spice. He's getting hot.
Take that.
He's currently questioning his life's sake, thinking, did I make a good decision? Careful maneuvering. Right there.
10-4.
Alright, who else do we got here? The Avatar. You know what?
Looking out.
Let's just get you on the ridge. Just hit him with everything. All the missiles. And he's super spicy. Oh, and more missiles. Little more. A little more. Little more. There we go.
Nice. Got
Now you fall down. Ooh, and bleeding and on fire. You should just eject, man.
Yes,
I don't know what your game plan is, but it's not what you think it is.
Acknowledged.
Alright. Go ahead, hit him in the head.
Roger.
Really? You're gonna stick around for that? Another fracture.
Yeah, Commander. On the move. Full speed.
Alright. Well, I mean, let's just take out your other leg. Inferno missiles are really nice. I have one mech that's has a bunch of Infernos. Really good for setting the whole area on fire.
Yup.
There we go.
Firing.
Deletus. Pilot
I know you're
incapacitated.
trash, shipper.
Do I feel sorry? No, 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 not really.
On it.
Alright. You, sir. You will die
Now let's
next.
see how you handle this.
Time to strip off some of the armor with some lasers. Oh, someone fired fast cam. I did not mean to put fast cam there, but oh well.
Need something, Chief? How's it going?
Crap. I'm gonna reserve. 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 Heliopolis. Can you dump the reactor and run in batteries? No, there are no batteries currently. This isn't some Evangelion. That makes me mad. Well, you used to do that in the MechWarrior RPG? I don't think so. You need to cite your reference. I mean, that's a simple Google search away. But I played a lot of BattleTech, and that has never once come up. I mean, I'm old as well. I've been playing BattleTech since the 80s, so that's never come up.
I hear ya.
Oh man, he's hot too. You could dump ammo by like shooting it. Like just shooting into unclaimed hexes and stuff, so that was a thing. Jellin27320 has just subscribed with a Ditch Prime. Thank you, sir. You are Jellin like a felon. And we much appreciate. Big preach. Can I hit them with can I hit them with the flamers, with the flamies? No flamies?
Waiting on you, Commander.
Can I DFA? DFA. DFA? DFA for Ralphie? DFA for Ralphie.
Affirmative.
Ralphie, here you go. There's your DFA.
Nice try.
Ooh. Oh my gosh. Oh wow, it totally killed. He hit him in the head. He's pretty dead now.
Affirmative.
Pew pew. Well, that was awful.
Negative damage. Repeat. Negative damage. Confirm.
All right, let's get the Binley up. Is he finally able? He is. Yay.
Copy that, Commander.
Devastator moving in. But he's gonna be a while.
Yep.
Avatar. Can you get anywhere? No.
Ready for orders.
Durburger. Move up. Up. Now give him some hate. Missiles. Yes, missiles. Guts aplenty. Heyo, how you doing? Praise Zorg.
What's up, boss?
Remember, if you're not praising, then you're not Zorgin. And if you're not Zorgin, what are you doing?
Yeah?
Well, you see the North Pacific tree octopus Reddit to the silly place.
Roger.
Fezbear, yeah. Floor pills are good. They put hair in your
All right,
chest.
Let's move.
Alright, we're going to smack you with a sensor lock.
Yes, Commander.
Hup,
Understood.
hup, hup, hup,
Moving
hup.
fast.
Alright, well let's drop some of the spice. That's good enough. Now we laser him, strip off more armor, and oh, he died.
Enemy down.
He falls down, no, no,
Heat damage.
for him.
Heads up, Commander.
What?
You've got hostile contacts inbound.
Nutty. Where are you dropping? A Zeus? How dare you, sir?
Bye.
How dare you dare to dare? How dare you dare to dare my Darrington dare? On my derriere. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. But I made him spicy. Oh yeah, APC, get in there. Get some Cyclops. Poke him in the eye.
What can I do for you?
Alright, Petrol Bomber, get up. Get in there, Rocky. Fuck, they have another Mackie.
Back up. Ready for more.
Get in there, though. Guess what? He still needs to get spicy. Just burninate. Just set the area on fire. I don't care if you hit. There we go. One hit. That's good enough. How dare you, King Achilles dare? Ah, yes. Robin Hood men in tights. Womp, they have been stealing Mackies all over this area. The jerks. We actually, we got them. We don't talk about that. Did you say Abe Lincoln? I didn't say Abe Lincoln. I said, hey, Blinken. Take the reins, man. The castle's gone. I thought it felt a bit drafty. Total Obliterator, thank you for the 1 bit. Yeah, there's been like a Mackie that really upsets me.
Internal structure damage.
How dare you shoot the king crab in the back? What is that? A gunslinger?
Ready to get it on.
What do you need?
Oh, Shazbot. What do we got? Oh shit, we do not. I repeat, we do not want to get shot in the back
Understood. Moving fast.
from those guys. What do you got? Okay, that's not good. How about now? Too hot? Alright. Fire the missiles. Hopefully some stray ones will hit. Yeah, with how many Mackies showing up, I'm surprised T-55s haven't shown up. Yeah. The Battle Hammer? The Battle Hammer is a mech of ancient design, if I remember correctly. It's been around a long time. Someone can link you the Sarna. That's a sorcerer. Alright, so these guys, these three are gonna have to stop and take out this.
Standing by.
I think these guys now are going to have to turn around and fight.
Roger.
Alright, what do we got here? An awesome 9Q, the sorcerer. What can we hit him with? Alright, we're gonna switch to Battlelord. Put some hits on him. That's fine. Yeah, a lot of these are some pretty ancient mechs, which I'm okay with. It throws in some spice, but yeah. I mean, we are in Taurian space, so what that does is it does up the chance of odds and end mechs. I'm really upset that I won't be able to turn my King Crab around in time. So they're gonna get free back shots on him,
Is that all you got?
which really kind of pisses me off. That wasn't very effective, but it was cool looking. Hey, 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 hey! Dick, move! He's defenseless. He's
Armor
just a
breach.
little boy.
Internal damage. Reporting minimal damage.
Standing by.
He blew up.
Shooting. Just running. Locking on target.
Put some more hits on that sorcerer. See if we can get him knocked out. Yeah, my goal is if I can get the Crab Wolf into BTA, that would be a lot of fun.
What are your orders, Skipper?
Alright, Binley. Okay, finally, he can... Yeah, let's turn him around. Precision shots. We just need to fire in the direction. Ugh.
That didn't hit.
Leave my beautiful king crab alone. What did he ever do to you?
I'm catching some serious shit here, Commander.
Alright, Battlehammer. Dickweed. Did they used to call the Battlehammer a Warhammer 2C? No. Wow. I forgot how mean that gunslingers are. Okay.
Confirm.
Let's move him up.
All right.
Now he can face him with frontal armor. We're gonna slap the gunslinger.
I'm on him.
Very nice.
Good to go.
Up, 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 up. Okay, we got good hits there. Not so good hits there. What if we give you everything? That's not bad.
Let's get this done.
That's pretty good.
Ready.
Alright, now Cold Dog is... He's all discombobulated. That's okay, we'll just brace him, get rid of that.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Aloysius now.
Time to fly.
Fly him up over here. Yeah, I definitely have some community mechs in here. Like, the Atlas I have here is a prototype Atlas, so... It just adds some spice to the game. And it's not game-breaking. It just adds a what if. Whew. Four PPCs is nothing to shake a stick at. Nice. Good hit. King crab, no! I've never really used the Vargar APCs, honestly. Huh. IKEA Trondheim or something. I didn't quite catch that, but
That's something you want done? No shooting, just running.
alright, let us not fire the haywire, not fire the ER medium,
Engaging
the
target.
Gauss rifle, hit, more missiles. Okay, I wasn't actually hoping to hit that. Isidore Zeka just subscribed to Tier 1. Hey, thank you. For 2 months. Glad you're here. Yep, Wednesdays are generally murder Wednesdays.
Yeah?
Alright, Avatar. Alright, let's move him up. I need you to get some hits on this guy. Drop the medium. Fire them missiles, baby. Just overwhelm the AMS with missiles. "97 missiles. It's true, there are worse choices to be made. Like, you could decide to fight against us, and then that would be a bad choice. Ooh, nice. Some good damage. Yeah, the turrets are actually doing some work. Nice. Actuator gone. That'll prove useful. Ow, 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 ow.
Okay, that hurt.
Receiving you.
That is one thing I really do enjoy about BattleTech Advanced, is that it does encourage you to not bring a Steiner Scout Squad every single time. Give him fast cam. Drop the medium and hit him with that.
Taking the shot.
Mine the area. The Haberdasher. Haberdasher's alright. You always feel like you're tipping a fedora, though.
Yup.
Alright, Devastator moving up close to where it does its work. Alright. Come on, connect. Or don't. Well, an attempt was made. Ow, 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 ow. King Krat's doing what he does best, crab stuff. Yeah, one missile connected exactly. No, leave the turret alone. No, he was soaking hits for me. SRM carriers are a blast. Pun intended. Alright, I'm going to move you up here because I'm going to focus on him. And we're going to use slugs.
Hell yes.
And we're going to miss. We're going to miss every slug. Which is why I always use cluster.
Orders. Double time. Let's
That's
go.
just depressing. Drop some of these medium lasers.
Taking the shot.
We'll drop this sorcerer yet. Yeah, this thing is a beamboat.
Standing by.
Alright. He's gonna move up and help these guys.
What can I do for you? I leap. I soar.
Alright, and he's gonna come in and he's gonna put some hits down.
Right, Commander.
Come on, something connect. Yeah, AC-20s are wonderful if you can hit, but thankfully those were LBXs, so next time I'll be using cluster. Hubris. Basically, I almost never fire the AC-20 solid slugs unless it's like a 75% chance or higher, because they inevitably always miss. That poor Rottweiler. I am always a fan of laser boats. I like all mechs, honestly. I have a hard time choosing which one's my favorite. I mean, honestly, I have some which I really enjoy playing, like the Pillager, but for the most part, like,
I hate
I'll
this
work
guy.
with whatever I'm given. I'll make it work.
Standing by.
All right, Mr. Toast. Hup, 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 hup. Yeah,
Confirmed.
we got lasers for a reason. Let's actually use them. Can't use all the missiles, but we used enough. The GGman 619. Hello, hello, hello. Oh my. Guts Aplenty just subscribed with a tier 1 sub. Thank you, Guts Aplenty. My goal is to get 4 MRM 40s on a mech.
Ready for orders.
It's a goal. We'll see how it's gonna work, but I think we can do it. No. There you go, optimal range.
Full throttle.
Let us finally, can we kill this jerk? No, too spicy.
Target confirmed.
Come on. No! Something blow up. PPC destroyed, heat sink. Broken jaw.
Heavy damage.
I kicked your sister in the chin. Haha. You know, kiting is all fun. I kite when I fight the clans, but if I'm not fighting the clans, then I don't do it, mainly for the sake of time. I don't like wasting a lot of my time. Awesome. Any highlights for this week's Pathfinder game? Excuse me. Excuse me. That, sir, is illegal.
I'm losing armor left and right.
How dare you DFA me? Does that count?
Commander? Full speed, no target.
Let's put more fast cam on there. I just want the whole area mined.
Scored a critical hit.
Set across the icy bridge to fight an ice mephit. That's one way to do it. It's when you summon a small earth elemental to spread kitty litter all over the ice.
Ready to rock.
I wanna rock. Yeah.
Right,
Alright, we're gonna get up close and personal, and we're gonna make you regret DFAing my guy. I know we hit you with 2. I just don't know where.
Ha, you like that?
Water break. I think I have some water right here. Delicioso. Man, my poor king grab. He's getting beat up.
Losing armor bad.
No, don't fall. No. Get up.
I'm wounded, Commander.
Get up, Rocky.
Waiting for orders.
Alright, Zorg is going to move up.
Going full throttle.
I really just go ahead and take this guy out, please.
Acknowledged.
Come on, just pop. Okay.
Think I hit something good.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, I really wanted to run a Pathfinder game. I had...
Oh, crap. Oh,
I'm probably going to eject my king crab because I don't want to lose the precious gear I have in there. Let's take a look. He's bleeding too. What do I have in the head? You know, we're gonna eject him out just to be safe.
yes, Commander. Confirm.
So one of the Pathfinder games I was going to run is
Give him everything you've got.
basically it's Pathfinder, but it's more like set in like Napoleonic era of technology.
Good to go.
The concept was to have what would a game and how would it react? How would the game react, or not the world react to that level of technology? And
Time to fly.
I had some interesting ideas how it would work. Because obviously, if you have
What you got?
magic, what was the point of guns for the most part? A lot of magic, you know, I think a lot of Magic countries wouldn't adopt firearms as a main source of weaponry. And I think that's because they would be, inundated with things like, they'd have magic items, magic armor, and swords and stuff, and so. A policy thing I'm working on at the people in general, but I'm a member and I can't do so. How dare you? What'd I do? How'd I do what? So, he really hates it, Tank. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of it, is that you got to remember is that common sense doesn't always prevail. I mean, especially with, like, you have to take into things account, like, because I really thought this through, is most countries, you asshole, leave my avatar alone. Most countries are not going to adopt firearms because most of the politicians and the longer lived races are going to look down on guns, and if they become a relatively new thing, they're just not going to adapt as fast. They're not going to adopt them, right off the bat. They're going to, think, well, this is a new untested thing, blah, blah, blah. We're not going to, we're not going to work with this. And so my concept was, well, who would? What race would you foresee being as an early adopter of firearms? And why would it make sense that way? Well, I thought long and hard. I mean, it does have yeah, exactly. It does have guns. You think gnomes. And I thought about gnomes. I thought about dwarves. And, I was like, yeah, it's been done. And it kind of makes sense. You can make it work. But specifically, in my campaign, who is going to be the early adopter of guns? Goblins. Goblins would be the early adapter of guns. Not only would goblins be the early adapter of guns, they would also be disgustingly powerful at it.
This heat is cooking my internal structure.
Oh, here. Okay. Fuck goblins? Okay, why goblins are OP in Pathfinder? Let us look at a first level goblin.
Aye, aye.
The first level goblin get a very high ability to do something called hide. What do they get? They get a dexterity bonus. They get a dexterity bonus. Not only do they get a dexterity bonus, but they also get a size bonus. They get a racial bonus. So what does that mean? Kobolds are not superior. I promise you, goblins with guns are undefeatable.
Let's hit 'em hard.
Not even min and max. You take the average stats, the average goblin, if you just take average stats, is going to have a 16 dexterity. That's a +3, +4 size bonus, +4 racial bonus. That's a +11. A first level goblin with +11. Give him a gun. Make him a regulars. These goblins will hit and run you with guns. They'll fire a volley, they'll run, they'll hide, and they'll fall back. Rinse and repeat. And so what's going to happen is these goblins are going to keep peppering you with guns and fire until you're dead. And there's just really nothing you can do. 11 and 762, you just tipped $6.90. Thank you. I'm going to use the restroom real quick. I will be right back. Alright, I'm back.
Wait
Alright,
for
what
orders.
happened? Okay. Crimos. Fast cam. I don't want fast cam.
Double
I
check.
need damage on
Ready,
this
full.
one. So, reason why guns are going to win out against
Copy.
Tank Hair, thank you for the follow. North Pacific
Critical
Tree
hit,
Octopus,
Commander.
you're challenging me. Challenge me to what?
I'm
What?
starting to cook.
A kobold versus You gotta remember, man, is that goblins win because they outbreed, they out-stealth, and they outmaneuver kobolds. Kobolds are not going to win against a horde of goblins. You give them the same equipment, they just aren't going to do it. Goblins can survive in greater numbers, and that's why they win. It's not necessarily a one-on-one. You don't take the one-on-one aspect and do it that way. It's going to be
10-4.
that it's going to the goblins are going to win you by sheer numbers and their abilities.
Hell yes.
Well, I'm not against it. I'm just saying is that the concept is that's why they're going to win. I'm talking about nations.
I've been sensor locked.
So what happens? Goblins get gunned, take over the surrounding nation, does a large alliance form against the goblins, do the other nations adapt? Alright, so look at it from a real world perspective. We've seen what happens when nations don't adapt and how long it's going to take.
Losing lots of armor.
You can take a look at the Napoleonic War and the Napoleonic tactics. It took them, mind you, they had similar equipment. It took them 4 to 8 years to start successfully combating Napoleon and fighting him on a level where they could actually achieve victory. That's not even suggesting being able to build up your military industrial complex from magic to factories. It's going to take nations years to be able to adapt. And so in that time, goblins are going to have the advantage.
Confirmed.
Some nations will probably just going to get steamrolled. It's just, they are going to get steamrolled. There's really not. There's only so much a nation can do before it starts collapsing and just can't be able to put up enough of a fight. I mean,
Target's taking a critical
your
hit.
wizards are great, but like if you throw enough cannon, like enough sneak attacks against them, it's going to eventually end them just by sheer harassment. And we have plenty of incidences of real-world warfare where this is exactly what happened.
Firing all weapons.
Now the thing is yes, goblins. So goblins, they are also going to have the other goblinoid races as allies. So goblins are going to be your standard soldier. You throw in orcs as shock troop. You throw in bugbears as shock troops, ogres, giants.
Here we go.
You're going to have counters to high-level magics because you're going to have higher-level monsters and allies to goblinoids in that army. I mean, imagine goblins, 2 or 3 goblins on the back of an ogre. The ogre is using a cannon as a shotgun, and the goblins reload the guns, the cannon for him, and keep people off his back. Throw in things like aerial combat, things start getting more dicey, and logistics starts playing more and more into it. goblins and goblinoids can eat fallen foes. It gives them a logistical advantage. Yeah, giants, you know, one of the big problems of early Napoleonic era artillery is mobility. Well, that goes away when your fucking giants can carry cannons no problem. They carry it like a rifle. And so they can literally, with ease march with the army, not slow, not encumbered by wagons and all that. They can climb mountain passes,
Receiving you.
and then they can go and set up the artillery wherever it's needed, quickly and very efficiently. That's just a cutting edge of technology that it's for that time period is unparalleled.
Engaging.
I mean, there's few other things which can really equate to being able to, move your artillery quickly. I mean, when your artillery is moving as fast as your cavalry, being able to reload on the run and, carry everything, it changes the game. Yeah, absolutely. Elves would eventually adopt guns when they see the advantage. And I'm not saying, the thing is for every one elf there's 1,000 goblins. And when you have these goblins, which can then use hit and run tactics, who, like I said, at first level, have a plus 12 to stealth. How many 10th level characters have you had in your time which had a perception which is plus 12? Most do not. And so your high-level fighters, your high-level wizards who don't have any perception are going to get battered. They're going to get beat up. And there's really just, frankly, not a whole lot you can do about it because they're just not, by the time they come around to fight, they're not prepared for this type of style of warfare. And that's what it boils down to. And that's why, that type of society, when it gets blindsided by something like that, it's not going to be able to adapt quick enough. You don't even need Gatling guns. Like I said, Gatling guns are just the simple black powder muskets is more than efficient to, in large numbers, to completely change the face of the world. The goblin armies would run rampant for 20 years, and they would decimate, all the other higher races, and there's just really not a whole lot you could do. Yeah, absolutely. A fireball is a fireball, but there are equivalent of goblin wizards as well. There's goblin sorcerers, goblin clerics, goblinoid clerics and sorcerers. They will be able to counter those in their own way. Yes, they're going to do some damage, but in the grand scheme of things, how much of effect can they really make? They eventually get tired.
Understood. Moving fast.
Correct. If they all had the tech at the same time, it would be a different game. The thing is that
Target confirmed.
why would they? Once again, because the average human is going to do better with magical swords and armor than they are going to do with a firearm. Once again, though, it's a numbers game, and statistically speaking, 100 first level goblins or CR 1/3 goblin is going to outperform a 1 level 10 character from being able to do hit and run tactics. In my world, there is a nation that does get built by goblins, yes.
Yep.
Is there any campaign setting? No, not that I know of.
Copy that. Out of AC-20 ammo.
That is another thing. It depends on what type of goblins you do. Oh, no, 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 no. That was expensive. That was really expensive. That was really expensive, you son of a bread biscuit. Well, he didn't die, so there's that.
Commander? Let's get this done. I'm starting to cook.
Yeah. It's getting pretty expensive, but that's okay. I'm not doing too bad.
Location confirmed.
We'll finish off this stupid grasshopper.
That's a kill.
This is Battletech Advanced. BTA.
Commander?
No.
On my way.
I completely understand, Kooky. Magitech? I guess potentially it could be, but no, not really. Pistol 6699. Yeah, okay. So how many fireballs would it take to take down a forest, and then you start burning the forest?
Orders.
And once you expend those fireballs, how exposed is your entire army?
Let's move.
I'm not saying that that's not a viable option, but that there are consequences to burning a forest down. You think the local druids are going to put up with that bullshit? Nah.
Solid connection on that one.
Standing by. Understood.
Yeah, absolutely. Concussive force. I mean, well, the thing is, even in it, the rules do state that things with a flashpoint do catch fire. So depending on the forest, it could and very well start forest fires. And when you're catching black powder on fire, it'll go kaboom.
Tango down.
Trust me, like I said, I have given a lot of thought to how it would roll out.
Good to go.
And like I said, it does depending on how your universe is, built. But for the most part,
Just running.
unless the tech level is equal at the beginning, they're going to get rolled. But if you look at history,
Hot damn.
that never happens.
Battle mech power up detected.
Standing by.
That also depends on the goblin. See, once again, it's a game I want to run, and so I want a certain amount of
Let's go.
what's the word, mystery to how things are going to play out.
Target confirmed. Over the red line. Heat damage.
Yurland, that is a fantastic question, and that does get addressed.
Waiting for orders.
Is that the goblins in question in this one are intelligent enough to do it. There are plenty of goblins who are not, but who get used as irregulars or cannon fodder.
Run, don't shoot.
But the core of their army is intelligent enough to do it.
Waiting for orders.
Because the concept, it's also like, well, what happens when they get a smart leader who's able to account for a lot of things and starts changing their society and sees that, you know, black powder's on there, and then begins to prepare their military industrial complex to take advantage of that. And worlds are big. Like, most continents, like if you look at like Asia, Europe, you think the Europeans had any idea what was going on like Mongolia? They had no clue. So when you're talking about large landmass, a group of a group of people can adapt and advance in some secluded area without the majority of the rest of the world even being aware of it happening. Flamethrowers could be a thing. I mean, dragons exist.
Yes, Commander.
Also in my world, there are not just dragons, there are
Away. Double time.
less intelligent dragons, which were bred from dragons, which don't cast spells. They're lower CR, but they effectively are, you know, they're like more human intelligent dragons versus the more magical version. There is both variety, but there is a bunch that were specifically bred to be
Confirmed.
basically mounts and their own race. Yeah, Goblin Dragon Riders are a thing, but also they're basically like beasts, more like wyverns, but they do exist in the world, and they're for the longest time in that world a very standard form of mounted combat for all nations, not just them.
Full speed.
So, Ireland, there's a problem with necromancy in my world that you don't want to mess with it too much, because you draw attention from certain people, and it's not necessarily a good thing.
Target's taken a critical hit.
Yeah, no, absolutely. North Pacific Tree Octopus, the Temeraire series is fantastic, and I did read it. I like it a lot, and some of my ideas specifically came from that series.
On my way.
If you like the Temeraire series, I highly suggest the Powder Mage novels. Those are absolutely fantastic, and those gave me more ideas. Because that one specifically touches on how magic and black powder would work.
One less target.
I wish my kids played with me, but they just never quite got into it.
Mission successful.
My kids just never really got into D&D, which was a shame. We played a few times, but they just, I don't know. It just didn't stick. We played a little bit as they were adults. Now that they're 21, and that went kind of fun. Yeah, that was definitely a slog of a mission, but I think overall I came out on top. Actually, I'm really upset that I lost that Devastator. Oh, we lost that Ballistic. That hurts. Absolutely, Digiman. That's perfectly fine. There's a reason why it happens. Once again, like I said, I thought it through why it happens the way it happens. Those snub noses are nice. Having some UAC 10s would be great. All right, well, what do we have that we have 2 of? So the battle hammers. Well, let's grab 2 battle hammers. They're kind of the big boys of the bunch. Maybe we'll get the third one as loot. We'll see. No, but we got our Devastator back, so that's not too bad. Some PPCs. XL engines, that is going to be actually really helpful. Ever have beef with pinwheels? Nope. And the Digiman 619, there are definitely... What do you mean it couldn't be recovered? I got it back. There are definitely some instances in history where underdogs have won and come out on top against the more... What was it? It really bums me out. Technologically advanced nations. Elementals? Well, elementals get affected by arrows, just so there's no reason why a gun wouldn't do the same. You're also assuming that they don't have access to magic as well. They do. They're just an early adopter of technology is all. Let's look here. Beagle probe. Artemis. Range fighter. Ugh. Let's repair that. Let's repair that. Repair all. You absolutely can enchant a magic bullet. You can enchant arrows, you can enchant bullets. You're right, there is a reason why things are the way they are. The thing is, I have also worked out the history of my world for like something like 50,000 years. So there's a lot of weird shit that's happened, different wars, different epochs, and there's a bunch of different artifacts that sit around that could be exploited. I mean, that's kind of the fun thing about it, is that the game was designed to throw something new at the players. Well, it's not so much about also reverse engineering, it's also about being able to manufacture it on a wide scale. Yeah, the guns aren't terribly advanced. Any sufficiently country can figure it out, but being able to completely re-industrialize everything to make it in a mass scale, it just takes time. Six slots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well then, maybe we can up the engine. What is it at now? Do you have a cooling? $220? No, way too heavy. Well, I guess I'm gonna up armor for that 1 ton then. There you go, 75 all around. Okay, that'll be good till I get another TTS. The answer is no, they didn't like invent the tech.
I'll let you know when that's
In my world, the tech existed. Once again, the reason why it wasn't prevalent is because most sentient species, humans and the like, elves, dwarves, had guns, but they kind of scoff at it. They're like, well, why bother? We have magic swords, fireballs, and all this other stuff. They just neglected it. It exists. They have firearms. They just don't mass produce it and they don't use it. They have bows, they have crossbows, they have magic. They have, like I said, after tens of thousands of years of having your world inundated with magic items, it's just all over. His pain for Twitch chat is being useless. I'm sorry, North Pacific Octopus. The Digiman, yeah, absolutely. Like I said, perfect storms happen all the time. Yeah, you can find it dumb, but I can promise you, look at history. How many times has something really dumb happened and it worked? A crazy amount. People don't want to believe that this stuff happens all the time. Guess what? It happens all the time. Just our history is inundated with instances like this. No, we're not going to upgrade that. Like I said, that's not even counting throwing in magic into the mix. Oh wait, no, did they destroy the Devastator? Let me take a look. Aha! We can re-ready it.
That mech is ready to fight, Commander.
Nice, we got it back. So the answer is for the most part, elves didn't necessarily use a whole lot of guns. Yeah, they had it. But dwarves, obsessive in crafting and technology, were a superior firearm, but it was not built for mass production. If you take a look at the wheel lock pistol versus like the matchlock or the flintlock, is that the wheel lock just had too many working parts. Very similar to how the Germans in World War II had superior tanks for the most part, but they were too complicated. On a one-on-one fight, if they started off in the same field, the Germans were going to win most of the time. because their tanks are, were typically superior uh, in that, but they had a lot of logistical problems. They had a lot of problems with engines breaking down, all this other things. The dwarven guns were better. It's just they took them forever. It takes them forever to build one. And you think in a society of dwarves who specializes in crafting, they're gonna lower themselves to mass-produce bullshit? Nah. Exactly. Colonial Americans were they were supposed to lose that war, and badly, but they didn't. Hit and run tactics can win, and do win quite often.
I copy. Good to go.
Hmm. What was he running? The fire starter. Yeah, let's. Yeah, okay. I want to
Training
guts
complete.
up. Yeah, the dwarves have their own.
Receiving you.
The dwarves have their own problems in my world.
Orders?
What do you need?
Not that they're bad or anything like that. It's just that they're,
Yes, Commander.
they don't think like other people.
Receiving you.
They don't think like people because they're not people. Yeah, in my world, dwarves live on the equivalent of a mountain chain, like the Himalayas. Now imagine you had 100,000 years to be able to turn that into a fortress. What would you do? The dwarves literally carved the mountain range into a giant wall. That's okay, the Digimon. You can disagree with my conclusions, and that's perfectly okay. And you can make your own world, and you can garner your own conclusions however you'd like. But pick up any fantasy book, and you can read it, and it'd be like, uh, that was, uh, yeah, I don't see it being disagreed with as a negative. I think that's fine. You can draw your own conclusions however you want. You know, I encourage you to, because that's how we get interesting different styles. I mean, once again, like I said, read different fantasy books and you pick it apart and you're like, oh, well, this is just a ripoff of that, and it would be this and that and that. No, a set of experiences and situations happen to create the world as it is as such. Same with my world. Actually, I'm not anti-kobold. The kobolds actually are pretty cool in my world. The kobolds are all servants of the dragon lords, and they're specifically bred and kept to be as not slaves, but like the main population for them. And so kobolds spend most of their time just directly serving them, and they're not considered trash. They're actually considered their own important kingdom. What does he normally? Zeus Kintaro fires from. He's a punch bot, but I need better shooting. Ugh, this one's different. Okay, we're gonna move up
Training
guts one.
confirmed, Commander.
Servants, yeah.
Ready for orders. Orders?
They are servants for a reason, though.
Waiting for orders. Yup.
Once again, when you get a creature which can live to be 100,000 years old, they're gonna mold the world around to them. Dragons who live that long, they selectively bred kobolds to be what they wanted to be.
Mech warrior training complete.
Confirmed.
Kintaro, Devastator. Let us get this piloting up more.
Training complete.
What's up, boss?
Yeah, you got to think is that
Receiving you.
little changes
Ready
in
for orders.
the world
What can I
can
do for ya?
drastically change how the history of the
What are
world
your
can
orders,
take
Skipper?
into effect.
Yes, Commander.
A prime example is the plow. Take the plow. In our history, in Earth, the plow is has been around for a long time. You know why ancient Rome didn't adopt the plow? Because they felt that it would not that their slaves wouldn't have enough handiwork to do. Mind you, they knew the plow could increase their profits and their productivity tenfold. They specifically chose not to use the plow. Guess what? People and are bigoted, they're idiots, they are, they have their own reasoning and it's counterproductive. Look at the world you're in now. Look at how many people are counterproductive. People make mistakes. That's my point is that a series of mistakes and changes has molded the
Right
world
here.
into what it is.
Yes,
And I
Commander. Ready
chose
for
what
orders.
mistakes
Yep.
and things happened. Now, mind you, my players also helped mold the world. The actions of certain players have deemed what is going to happen, and I had to extrapolate what is happening because of their choices.
Waiting for
It has
orders.
wide-ranging effects.
Receiving you. I'm your spaniel.
Yeah,
Commander?
I didn't choose that, dragons would be bred into dumber dragons to be
Skipper?
used as mounts. Players did
Yep.
that. They did that in one of my early games, and
Good to
so
go.
in my world, there's those dragons, and they changed and revolutionized the whole entire wars. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, digs. Yeah, elves hunted humans. It can happen. Absolutely, my game is absolutely a living history. Like every game helps determine what happens because what I'm doing is when I set a game session or a campaign, it's during a critical time. No one wants to live during the boring part of the history. They want to live in the exciting times. So what happens is they live in the exciting times and they help mold the world and they unknowingly make critical choices which will then shape the next 10,000 years of that world. Uh, let's check the store. What do we have? I can finally get around against battle armor, but I think that's really just not going to be necessary. Oh, I can actually hire some people now.
How's it going?
Well, I need another tank guy, so I'm gonna hire you.
New mech warriors available.
I mean, I do have games which are in the boring times as well. And I've definitely run two campaigns at the same time where they were affecting each other's choices.
Orders.
I will say though that as much fun as that is, some people get pissed off. Especially when you like if one of their actions screws over the other side, even though you predicted what their choices were going to be. It's like I know because the players and whatnot, they're gonna choose to go kill the goblins or whatever, take the left path because that's just who they are. But when you do that and say, I know that they're going to do that, so the other party does this something else somewhere else, which then makes that a lot more difficult. They feel like they're being manipulated, but it's like I guessed right. I was gonna change things if you chose the other path, but I suspected you'd do that. I gambled and that's how the story went. Yeah, I don't railroad people at all. Like the world goes on without you. I have laid out, like I said, I have laid out my world building to many years. If you decide not to partake in the world is still going to continue. I allowed my players to take a year off and they go be farmers, and the adventure went on without them. And they found the consequences later. I mean, what happens if you don't stop the dragon? Well, the dragon doesn't just stop. He doesn't wait for you. He's going to keep on doing what he does or whatever. And so the party had found out that they needed to move. They could no longer be farmers in that region because it was then it was being taken over, and they just weren't able. The monsters had leveled up, and they were just too overpower. They were too powerful for the party to catch up with. So they became refugees. That was really fun because they got chased out. They weren't able to collect much gear, and in a sense, they essentially became first level characters again. Mind you, they were like third or fourth at the time, but like they were only able to grab a few items, and they had no money to their name because they all left it, and the town got raided. It was pretty funny. They started from scratch. Sorry. Yes. People get me on tangents. I'm sorry. All right. What do we got here? Let's do this battle. Bedsons? Sure. You're out. Who can we... Okay, let's upgrade these guys. Give you back the debit. What do you mean? Him? No. Who's the other guy? Is he... Wait, what? Oh, there he is, the Bentley. I was about to say, did he die? Did I miss something? 70 tons. Who else can we throw in there? Let's throw in the Kintaro. Oh yeah, no worries. Oh, I'm not sorry at all. I'm being dramatic for the sake of being dramatic because it's fun. Yeah, world building's a lot of fun. I've done a lot of it. My regret is I don't have some of my maps. That was a lot of pain. Yeah, so in my world, they don't fight each other. They are craftsmen through and through. And so each clan, their goal was to make the best of a product and outcompete, or not outcompete, but to make a better product than everyone else. And so Dwarven wars were them just making the best shit possible and spending as much time as possible to outmaneuver the other dwarves. They were isolationists. Like I said, they were one of the first people, and what they did is they carved out a mountain range, the equivalent of like the Himalayas, and well, thank you. You gifted a tier 1 sub to Fan Art Fantastic, North Pacific Tree Octopus. So the dwarves basically cut off an entire continental peninsula and went through and they eradicated every other species that was not helpful to them in that whole peninsula. And they did this over the course of 40,000 years. It wasn't overnight. The dwarves had a plan, and they systematically did it. They had their mountain range fortress, a literal wall that you could not impasse. Matter of fact, their wall extended 200 miles into the ocean. So literally, fleets would have trouble going around it. You couldn't just sail around the wall. It went into the ocean. Like I said, when you carve out a literal mountain range, you have a lot of extra rock to work with. And so what the dwarves do, since they're xenophobic, the dwarves, what they would do is they would walk shoulder to shoulder, and they'd get their armies together, and they'd walk shoulder to shoulder through the woods, through the rough terrain, and they systematically, over the course of years, would root out any monster and anything they didn't like, and they would kill it.
I'm going.
And so they had a space probably the size of Europe, equivalent thereof, which was essentially just their breadbasket. They used that territory doing nothing but making food for their entire dwarven nation. And once they'd done that, all the other nations just stayed away because the dwarves basically told them, "We don't want anything to do with you. You're not allowed in our territory. Fuck you. If you come, we'll fight you." The dwarves were very much into rune magic, and so they literally, like I said, since they're craftsmen and their job was to outproduce the other one, they turned their entire city, the walls, the fortresses, and they enchanted it.
I'm there.
So they would enchant every brick, and so you couldn't just fly over the wall because it had magic to combat that, negate it. Living on the wall gave you bonuses. They had artifacts to amplify, like being able to be,
Coordinates received.
all sorts of crazy stuff. And that's just because, like I said, over the course of, tens of thousands of years, they did this slowly and systematically.
Yeah.
And the dwarves very rarely ever left their homelands because, like I said, they're xenophobic and they're isolationists. They had no interest, and they just wanted everyone to stay out of their territory. And so, like, an example is the dwarves, the better craftsmen, they'd get their sigil placed on every brick, and so they competed with each other to get more sections of the wall with their house's name on it. And so, like I said, over the course of tens of thousands of years, that really hurts my poor little fire starter. Different families have different sections of the wall, which, they're renowned for. I mean, also imagine a literal mountain range that you can defend. No one could attack it. What are you gonna do? Climb up, 5,000 feet of death, of dwarves rolling rocks on you, before you even get to any of the avalanches or traps or anything like that? No. The dwarves knew what they were doing, and they played the long game.
Good to go.
Because they wanted nothing to do with the elves, they wanted nothing to do with, anyone else, and they basically told the dragons to get out of their mountain ranges or they'd kill them. And they said, "You may kill a lot of us, and it may take a long time, but eventually we will win." And so the dragons basically left and said, "Okay, whatever."
Tango down.
It's funny you should say that, because
Yeah.
that led to, that was a big last stand of like the equivalent of their First World War, was at the Dwarven Wall.
Good
And that's
go.
just, that happened at
On the move.
20,000, year 20,000-ish, right around there. Because my premise is why do you find loot in everything? Why do you find loot in monsters? Why do you find loot here? Why do you find magic swords and stuff hidden everywhere? Why? Well, given a long enough timeline and a world war, shit gets scattered. And so that's what happened, is that a massive war happened, ending the Golden Age,
I got you.
and that's where generic, random loot tables come from. I even justified loot tables in my world because it just didn't make sense. It didn't make sense why, at like the time, like you got treasure off a frickin' wolf or something like that. It just seems silly, but uh, mind you, this was all the way back from like 3.0. Yeah, exactly. Why does a wolf have a magic ring in its stomach?
Receiving you.
It seems silly, but in
Affirmative.
in my own arbitrary way, I justified the in-game random chart tables from the leftovers from basically a world war. Because really, what's stopping most D&D worlds from becoming a utopia? Conflict. Yeah, lesser magic was extremely common. Like, I had one area was so inundated with different types of magic that the average person knew cantrips and a few first level spells. LBX, what the heck does this thing have? Okay. Nope, I didn't mean to shoot at that. Oh well.
Get you next time.
Commander.
In my world, also there is only one god, because he won the war against all the other gods. So the gods that joined him, or the demons, devils that joined him, are equivalent of angels or archangels, and so each one has their own. It'd be their own like pantheon, but they're basically the bishop of that. This one is the archangel of healing, and so you worship him. But overall, there's only one deity,
Orders.
and the deity has because the deity that wins is of course going to be, pretty stringent on who can worship what. So in my world, you don't blaspheme God because he'll kill you. Like, if you go to church and you blaspheme, you die. You just get, you literally just explode or something inside the church.
Yep.
Because what would happen if an evil god won? He would be an evil dictator, and he wouldn't allow any sort of, I'm not going to waste my ammo on that. He wouldn't allow any sort of like insurrection of sort, or talk against it. But since he's filling all the pantheons, he does good as well, and so that's why the average person doesn't pay attention, I guess. Kind of like how real life works at times. It's true, yeah. The evil god does not have time for your bullshit. Like, he's not going to put up, an evil god is not going to put up with you trying to start insurrection, so he just snaps his fingers and kills you. But if you need help, guess what? He helps you. You know he exists. You know it's not about faith. He's right there the whole time.
Ready for orders.
If you're worthy, you get what you asked for. If you're unworthy, you do not.
Affirmative.
You're pretty close to the truth.
Roger.
The god is looking for entertainment because he's won. Yeah, and the thing is my race is also, what the fuck was that? Was that a nuke? There's an arrow 4.
I'm losing a lot of armor.
In my world,
Not much armor left in that location.
different time periods have different racial traits. Like in the early part of my, like for the first 10,000 years before the rise of like the major empire, orcs were the equivalent of like Native Americans. I guess is the best way to say it. They were nomadic, they lived in tribes. Eventually they got conquered, and so orcs then get equivalent of put on reservations. And they just weren't allowed to. Oh, that's an atlas. They just weren't allowed to spread anymore because they lost the wars.
Reporting heavy damage.
But come later on in different time periods, orcs become a dominant player for other reasons. And I have different species of orcs. There's different species of orcs. So there are like the normal like orc that is a humanoid and breeds and is basically a mammalian. Why hello, Thoraxy. There are subspecies of orcs in my world. There's a more Warhammer type of orc, which is like a plant-based orc. There is in I think the Monster Manual 2 and 3.0, there's a type of tree which basically produces plant-like orcs, who grows them and they become, it's like orc wart or something like that. I forget what it's called, but I based a whole subspecies off that, and that becomes one of the dominant races later on, because the world gets changed. They're not mushrooms; they're plants. They come from trees. They're more like a dryad, is the best way to say it. But they basically kind of like cicada. They only bloom once every like 20 or 40 years, and then a big mass happens, and the orcs themselves are seeds. So when they die, they they help spread the forest. And of course, everyone goes and burns those trees when they go. I'm not reading chat all the time. I'm sorry. It's not. People call them orcs because they look similar. They're not even the same species. You got to remember, people are also, they see what they want to see. Like if you called a hill giant, a storm giant, or a storm giant a hill giant, he's gonna not be very happy with you. Yeah, unfortunately, like, oh man, I didn't mean to use Infernos.
Aye, aye.
Well, Pistol 6699, I'm glad you showed up. Glad the conversation was interesting. We're not firing these missiles. We're firing all of the missiles. So we'll not fire the lasers. Once again, I'm also giving you highlights over the course of something like 100,000 years in the world. Like, different eras are different epochs. And different, like, game systems entirely. What? An emperor. Because my world was designed to go all the way up to... Oh, damn it. That's really annoying. Was designed to go all the way up to Dragonstar. I don't know if you're familiar with Dragonstar. It was a 3.0 game adventure, which basically took D&D to space. So I plan my world all the way out to space travel.
I hope we can salvage
Yes,
that.
space goblin fleets are a thing. Yeah, I even went so far as to
Commander?
plan out what happens on the galactic scale uh, to a certain degree in the local galactic cluster.
Position confirmed.
Oh no, elves definitely use a lot more tech when they get to space. Yeah, space is all fine and dandy, but when you can end a planet by, you know, using gently nudging the trajectory of a large asteroid, it's the longer-lived races. Once they get to space, it's then the longer-lived races who are the breadwinners, because they've had centuries and centuries and millennia to gather the resources and prepare for that. And in a more civilized society of advanced technic species, the longer lived species are going to be the, the winners. The Space Dwarves, what did they do?
Targeting for an alpha strike.
The Space Dwarves, with given enough time, they retreat and create a Dyson sphere, and they essentially basically live inside their Dyson sphere, uploaded to uh, an artificial universe, basically. So they've uploaded their consciousnesses and live in AI built universes. That's way, way down the road. Way, way down the road.
Confirmed. Double time. Let's go.
Let's look here. Who can we hit well? I want to get this rifleman out of the way.
Here we go.
That'll be good.
Critical hit.
Yeah, he's all right now. This one's turned out to be a slugfest.
Armor.
Kai Harper 89, so kind of. So what they do is the vast majority of their population is uploaded, but they do keep a skeleton crew to watch over their physical beings. And what they essentially do is they slow down reality to such a degree that they're able to spend more time in their artificial universe, where they're basically able to slow down your thought processes and accelerate everything to so when 1 second passes in the real world, a billion years passes in their artificial world. Imagine how much someone can accomplish in that time.
Understood. Moving fast.
No, they pretty much abandoned the planet when they could. So what ends up happening to the planet is one of the moons on the planet breaks apart in the future because of interstellar shenanigans, and so most of the planet is bombarded by a lot of debris, and so most of the people by that point live underground, and so most of the surface is pretty wiped clean. And so at that point, like, pre interstellar space flight, they're very much into keeping everything, keeping everyone alive. Yeah, the dwarves were already at advantage. They lived underground already, but like,
Tartan.
Let's not put infernos.
I copy.
Alright, finish off that rifleman, please.
Affirmative.
Fun space monsters or cosmic horrors? Yeah, to a degree. I mean, one of the first big problems yeah, this fucking rifleman just won't die. I could do that, but one of the species I created basically, gosh, I'm trying to remember. Let me. It was another xenophobic race who was afraid of like any other species, and so they uploaded their consciousness into machines, and basically their goal was to kill any other Technic species. So they would come up, they'd listen to the void, and when a planet started emitting radio signals, they'd go over and they'd launch asteroids at them and knock them back to the Stone Age. Fucking AC-20 carrier. I had a species of that was similar to Necrons.
I'm here.
But they actually only lived in the fantasy world. They did not actually ever make it to Technic species. Funnily enough.
Roger. Firing.
Rifleman, just eject, please. Just give up. Welcome back.
Got something you want done?
Let us try and kill this.
Hell yes.
Your brains have been scrambled. Okay.
Inflicted some heavy damage.
Standing by.
Now let's keep rolling around this hill. See if we can finally just take this guy out.
Target confirmed.
Thank you. Exactly, that rifleman, he's just determined not to die. I'm still here. What are you gonna do?
Commander.
Come on.
Full complement on the enemy.
Come on, connect. Nope.
Negative damage. Yep.
There we go. Come on, take him out.
Affirmative.
There's something connect. Thank you.
Enemy eliminated.
All right, rifleman down. Oh, my poor avatar. Leave his small sensitiveness alone.
Armor breach. Internal damage.
Mind you, that's also just one. That's just my homebrewed world. That's not talking about some of the other games I want to run. I have two from.
On my way.
One is Sverland, which is a Viking campaign setting.
Mech warriors.
I have the Kickstarter for that done, and I just got all the physical books. I haven't run it. I want to. It's in my list. The other one is a 5e adventure called The Legends of Hecna.
Waiting for orders.
Well, I'm glad people seem genuinely interested in it because I haven't got to run nearly as many games as I've ever wanted to in that world. Mostly because, you know, I had kids, so
Damn.
it made things difficult.
Copy.
All right, let us. See if we can knock him out with all his backstabbing.
That's a kill, Commander.
All right, so Zurich von Bromelsten, Steen, however you want to say it. I am not above of giving my players, oh my load, extra gear or abilities.
Crap.
And the reason why I say that is like, if you have a concept or something you want to play, I'll be able to figure out a way to balance it.
Standing by.
That's my job as a DM, and ultimately I create the world, so it's not a big deal for me just to throw more shit at a party if they feel too powerful or something like that.
I'm taking this shot.
In that same world, I played one of the games I ran was a Gestalt game. Dapper Gentlemancer, thank you for the follow. Welcome. So for one of the campaigns I ran a Gestalt game. So Gestalt is you basically get two character classes, you put them together. You gain both abilities simultaneously as you level up. You take the better of the two. So if you're a barbarian rogue, you have the hit die of the barbarian. You have the base attack bonus of the barbarian. I ran a Gestalt game, and that was one of the funnest combat-intensive games I have ever been a part of, in my opinion. Man, it was so much fun being like, because once again, the concept was the characters were the best. They were the Empire's hitmen, and so I gave them the equivalent of like 5th level gear that they got to choose from. They all got multiple potions. They all got wands of heal, and you know, I had, what was it? I think it was 9 players in that game, which was quite a bit. It was honestly a bit too much, but that's fine. I dealt with it. Like one of their first big combats, the 9 of them took on 75 enemy guards. Not all in one go, but like they attacked this compound and they ended up killing all 75. Mind you, they almost died every single round. So what happened is, you know, they would hit a guy, they'd knock him down, and then they would hit them once and do a D8 plus 1 or whatever, which can, you know, kill most first level characters. And so they were constantly healing them and getting back up, and it was just so cool. I remember one time, one of the last fights is they were fighting up on the stairwell, and the flow of the battle kept ebbing back and forth as the players had to rush forward to heal some of their frontline guys, and then fall back as the enemy pushed forward and surged. And eventually they caused all these guards to run. and they killed a vast majority of them. But it was such a great ebb and flow battle game. Like, at no point did I yeah, they felt they felt powerful,
Commander?
but at no point did I feel that the challenge wasn't there for them. Yeah, they could kill most of these guys with one hit, but the sheer numbers and the tactics that were played against them at times, they could have died 10 times over if they didn't do everything perfect. So being able to counter Gestalt is absolutely there. You just have to know, you kind of have to just play it by ear, and also not be afraid to dickweed. You also have to not be afraid to not pull your punches as well as a DM. They really, that was it. And so they were riding, they were feeling pretty damn good about themselves after that combat. And the next combat, I absolutely humbled them. What did I pit against them, you say?
Affirmative.
They fought 20 archers, first level, fighter, who had mounted archery combat, and they're on light horses. They were all on heavy horses. And so they spent 20 some odd rounds fighting these archers on horseback who they couldn't catch up to, and they were getting absolutely pelted with arrows, and they died almost a lot of times. And if they had not had the healing potions and wands, they all would have died. Now, mind you, they still only could hit on a natural 20. But when you're putting out that many rolls around, they were getting hit every single turn. Natural 20s happen. And they got absolutely, beat up and humbled pretty bad. They did eventually win because they ran out of arrows.
I'm under heavy fire.
But it was at that point, that is where I got the concept of the goblin archers. Because having played it and watched the mentality of the players, of a D&D player, you bet they would make those mistakes which led the world to the area it was in. Because in their hubris, they knew without a shadow of a doubt that they could destroy these archers. And they're like, oh yeah, we'll just weather the arrows, no big deal.
I'm here.
But that's not what ended up happening. Oof. Kenneth MJ 1972, welcome and greetings. Glad you're here for the funness. That's why we're here, to play some BattleTech. And we kind of got on the discussion of talking about D&D stuff. So.
All right, let's move.
North Pacific Tree Octopus gave a tier 1 sub to Kenneth MJ 1972. Thank you for the love. We all appreciate. Let's leg this Atlas if we can. So, in my world, the average musket does a die 12.
Ready for orders. Full speed, no target.
I've seen many people try to balance guns, and honestly, a die 12 does, it hits a lot, but I promise you, like I said, the archers only were doing D6s, and the characters had max hit points. They all had like about 27 hit points,
Double time.
but they were getting hit so much that even with those, they were getting wrecked. And so a die 12, I know for a fact, even if they'd only hit on natural 20s, would absolutely ruin their day, given enough time.
Hostile removed.
Hit points. So in this Gestalt game, for hit points, it's always max.
Successful.
You don't roll for your hit points, it's just max. So if you have a d12, you start off with 12 hit points plus your... In every level you gain 12 hit points plus your con. It's meant to be a combat heavy idea and concept. Once again, like I said, you think it is very helpful, and it does make a difference, but that also means you can throw the party against much more dangerous things, and it becomes so much more interesting. And what I mean by it becomes so much more interesting is, so an example, by the time they were 3rd level, one of the traps I had them thrown against. Oh yes, that's what we wanted. We're gonna put that on the king crab. It's 2 tons, but we'll figure something out. We'll see what that does. Okay, well, I'm not upset with this. So one of the traps it was a pit trap. Classic pit trap. Easy to get out of, right? Well, the pit trap was 30 feet long, and you fell into a body of water. In the body of water was a creature, which then would grapple you and start eating you. So what it was a zombie squid. So what happens, think about this. You fall into a water with a rotting squid. Boom. They had to make a check versus being nauseated. And being nauseated, and this was 3.5, you basically lost all your actions. Like, you could move, that's it. You couldn't attack, you couldn't cast spells. It was bad. And so it started grappling them, and when they did damage, it projectilely shot rancid, rotting squid ink all over them, forcing another nauseation. Now, it didn't necessarily do enough damage to kill them and everything, but it was definitely ruining their time, mostly because half the party couldn't act. Even if they had high fortitude saves, they couldn't act, and they were being grappled, and they were getting chewed on. But it was like the permeation of all this just rotting dead fish. It was not pretty for them. So so what their solution was is one of the characters had a Rod of Frost, and one of the abilities of a Rod of Frost is it was able to it would freeze over a body of water up to 3 inches of ice. So what they did is they did that on the body of water as it was all the tentacles were out. And we did the calculations. You have the math and everything in the book of how strong 3 inches of ice are, what its hardness is, and everything. And the squid just didn't have enough strength to bust out. And since it was dead, it couldn't necessarily contract well enough to just like squiggle out. But they were able to basically chop off the limbs, and eventually they were able to just walk over. It couldn't bust through at that point. Oh yeah, they had to make many saves against being nauseated, and it lingered too. That was the other thing, is that like it carried with them for like the next hour. And there's also save versus diseases. Yeah, it was one of my favorite traps to throw at them. They were not very happy about it. But yeah, they thought of a really cool way that I never even thought of. I mean, honestly, like if they hadn't done that, they probably would have all died. And that's another thing, is that playing Gestalt, the lethality is just, it's there. But they have so many more options. It allows the player to really think out of the box. Instead of, ugh, ugh, me hit axe, me kill, ah ha ha. Well, I thank you, Kai Harper.
Copy.
Ooh. What does Bloody Dubs have? Kintaro. What's up the gunnery?
Mech warrior training complete.
And
Training
tactics.
Good to go. Yes, Commander.
Durburger. Yeah, we're giving him that. Invisible target. It's just too cheesy. It's good.
Training confirmed, Commander.
Standing by. Standing by.
Yep.
Another fun game system I really enjoy is Weird Wars. Okay.
Mech warrior training complete.
Yerland, I actually had a timeline
Ready
and
for
a
orders.
journal
Yes, Commander.
plotting out. I had a timeline of about like 200,000 years written out with notations and journal entries and all that other fun stuff. Unfortunately, I lost the journal. That happened due to life and a divorce and all that other fun stuff. Many a thing went missing
Good to go.
in that time period. Much sad. But a lot of it is still stuck in my noodle, so I just don't have it written down. I just haven't had a chance to play any of it out or anything like that. Fire starter. He is a punch bot. Successful melee attack knock the target back initiative phase. Braces after melee and DFA. Also grants 1 extra attack using physical weapon. Let's do Juggernaut. Actually, who's my other punchy guy?
I hear you.
Okay, you're just a general brawler. I want you to be Juggernaut. Yeah, you're gonna be a Juggernaut. Yeah, like I said, I lost my notes. I lost my
Standing by.
my maps. That one was a real sad one.
Here.
Orders.
Yeah, Commander.
Good to go.
A lot of history.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Ooh, heck yeah, heat efficiency up to 6%.
Mech warrior training complete.
Orders. Confirmed.
What I might do, yeah, no problem, man. Have a good night. What I might do at some point in the future as well is I might run a D&D game on like this night and stream it. I think that'll be fun. That is something I have been toying around with, but that's something I'm gonna have to talk to Diggs and all of them, and we'll figure something out
What are your orders, Skipper?
if we want to do that.
Yep. What can I do for you? Ready for orders. Receiving you.
Receiving you.
What's up, boss?
Aye, aye.
Let's do this. Ready for orders. Receiving you. Yes, Commander.
Commander.
I think so. I think streaming yeah, streaming a D&D game would be great because I could also I can ask the chat for ideas and things like that. Or you know how annoying it can be sometimes to look something up on the fly. You can have someone else look it up, or just like you know rules adjudication, things like that. But I usually keep things for like the rule of fun wins. If nobody's having fun, or if you're not having fun, then what is the point of the D&D game? I'm always going to rule what is more fun at the time, what makes more sense, what's going to keep the game going, what's going to be fun, what's going to, because ultimately you're there to have fun. Do you want to have a little bit of stress? Yeah, but in the sense of like, uh, like playing Dark Souls can be difficult and stressful at the time and rewarding. That's where I think sometimes, I'd like games to go. I mean, I've had you know, I've also had more whimsical games. Another fun game is I had everyone played Orphans. So we had a game of young characters. Everyone was like a first level character, and a lot of people played monsters. When I mean monsters, like a hill giant. One person played a hill giant, but they did it through like the savage species, which they are able to take levels as hill giant. Um, so everyone was orphans in the city, and not in a city. It was a backwater town, and they were all, had a really cool rapport. It was actually a quite fun game. Yeah, my games are very lethal. Like if I warn you, like that game I was just describing, one of the things that happened was all these kids went on a hunt, and on this freaking chart I rolled, there's a 2% chance that a bear would show up. What happens? A freaking brown bear shows up to a bunch of first level characters, and what do? Mind you, I gave them every opportunity not to attack. Like, you see this coming from a mile away. What do you guys do? Are you sure you want to attack it? Okay. I gave them so many chances. Like, the bear started taking damage. So what I do is I rolled morale. The fucking bear kept rolling natural 20s for his morale. I couldn't justify him just leaving. It wasn't fair. What ended up happening is the whole entire party got dropped except for one person. One person was able to hide from the bear, um, run and get help. Everyone made their constitution save. I think only two people actually died. Um, but everyone else was able to get rescued by the town. Just. But they all got wrecked by bear, and that was what was so cool about that is that in the city, the town, that was such a big event, having a bunch of, like, they would no longer do the annual hunt because of the dangers of a bear. And so they changed that world, is that tradition, which had gone on for 100 years or whatever, wasn't going to happen anymore because of all these kids got hurt. That was a cool game, in my opinion. That was a cool thing to happen. But enough of that. It's late, so we're gonna go ahead and call it here. Uh, Table Spire. I haven't tried. I'm gonna look into it before I make any decisions. We've made a lot of progress. We've made a lot of money this game. I don't know how much longer we want to go with this BattleTech series. We might go balls to the wall and go to the clans and see what happens, what shenanigans we can get into there. But yeah, I hope everyone has a wonderful time. Yeah, if you ever want to chit chat about D&D or have any questions, you're more than welcome to hit me up on the Discord as well. I am more than happy to talk about stuff. So, yes, please have a wonderful evening. I'm glad you enjoyed the stream. I had a lot of fun, and I had a lot of fun chit-chatting. So, good night, everybody.